Hey everyone! So no camping or travel vlog today because we recently got some bad news in our family, and moving forward our lives will change quite a bit, so I'll update you on what's going on in today's video. And while we did receive some bad news, I wanted to channel my energy towards being optimistic and productive this week, so I cooked a lot, cleaned the house, redecorated, and even got a haircut. So if you're also going through a tough season right now, I hope this video will help you feel less alone and hopefully bring some comfort. So let's dive right in. I haven't sat down and made a video in a while, it feels. I have quite a few vlogs that I have edited that I will be posting after this video. I was thinking about the timeline. I felt like it just didn't make sense to not share this little bit first before continuing on with the other content. I still have some road trip vlogs that I'll be uploading, and then we also went to Korea. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that. Before posting those, I wanted to share this update because I talked briefly about it on Instagram, and it's an update on Navi, and you all know she's my daughter. She is our baby. She is everything to me, really, and it just didn't feel right to not share this update first because this is quite a big update on how this will kind of like impact my content moving forward and everything. So I've tried filming this video multiple times. I'm gonna try to get through this one just as strong as I can and just as straightforward, I guess. I wrote some notes here to hopefully keep my thoughts gathered. So we'll begin with a few weeks ago. We went to Korea, everything was fine. We came home, we picked up Navi, we picked up Poppy, and everything was good, everything was normal. And then one night I noticed that her breathing was a bit abnormal. It was fast at times, slow at times, but overall it just seemed like there was a lot of effort. And I know that Navi has heart disease. We found out she had heart disease about 2 years ago, and it's always been very stable. So we go to the cardiologist every 6 to 9 months. Her last echocardiogram was only 3 months ago, and that one was pretty stable. It was always very well managed, and it got to a point where I felt like, okay, like she's very stable. There's not too much to worry about. So when I first noticed the breathing, I thought to myself, like, this can't be related to her heart, right? So I took her to the vet, and from here on, things just escalated quickly. First vet we went to, we didn't see our usual vet because she was busy, and so we saw someone else, and she completely misdiagnosed Navi, and she just sent us home with some cough syrup, and she said, oh, it looks like she has a cold. But luckily that day we also did an x-ray, thankfully, because the x-ray actually gets sent out to a radiologist, and the radiologist will also have to write a report. And in her report she said she recommends us start on heart meds right away and to have it rechecked. It went from sending us home, Navi just has a cold, to she needs to be seen right away, and it seems like she is going into heart failure. The following day was probably the most stressful day. They see fluid in her lungs, and that she needs to start on heart meds right away. From there, they told us to see an internist as well. We left that hospital, we went to another hospital to see an internist. Ended up having a horrible experience there. For those of you who have pets, maybe this will be some helpful information to know. But anytime you go to a ER hospital for your pet and you're checking in as an emergency visit, they typically will have your dog be seen by a critical care or emergency vet first. And based on how that vet feels, they will then refer you to specialists if they feel like it's necessary. If they don't feel it's necessary, then they will have your dog under their care, so in critical care. And so this ER doctor that we saw was rude. She was very adamant about not letting us see a specialist, and she kept saying that she has much better training than the specialist. But I tried to tell her that at the previous hospital we saw a cardiologist who suggests we see an internist, and she's already seen an ER doctor. That's not what we need right now, but we just need the referral. However, she was really rude, and she insisted that we did not need to be transferred to another department, and that she knew what she was doing, and she wanted to run all these additional tests, which at the end she gives me a disclaimer and says, but we're not sure if these tests will tell us or not, because oftentimes these tests will present a false negative result. So during these appointments, we were feeling just really uneasy, and I'm so glad that I was texting my sister this day. My sister told me, you are the only person that can be an advocate for Navi, and if you don't feel comfortable, you have to leave. Like, you have to find someone else. And she told me to trust my gut. So we ended up checking Navi out of that hospital. I ended up finding another hospital that was so nice over the phone. She asked me what was going on. I told her everything. She told me to bring Navi over there immediately. She called all the hospitals that we went to that day, got all the records ready so that by the time we got there, Navi would be seen right away. Once we got there, I just knew she was in good hands. From the doctor to the nurses to the receptionist, they were so compassionate, and they were extremely careful with looking through all of her records to figure out what was going on. Sorry, that was really long-winded, but I wanted to share this because I know a lot of you who watch our videos also have pets, and this was such a big learning experience for me, and I'm so thankful that my sister reminded me that I just had to be the advocate for Navi and to trust my gut and to take her out of that hospital, because otherwise I feel like she wouldn't have gotten the care she needed. So our third hospital of the day, and they ended up figuring out what was wrong. Navi basically went into congestive heart failure. So she ended up being hospitalized for 2 days. The first day after they gave her treatment, she didn't seem to respond to it. So that was really scary because they told us generally they respond pretty quickly. She has not improved after the first day. So they were like, let's keep her for another day. They continued treatment, and thankfully by the second day she was feeling a lot better, and by the third morning we were able to pick her up and we were able to come home. While I'm very thankful that she is looking better and feeling better, unfortunately heart disease is not something that they can come back from. It's not something that will get better over time based on how she's presenting right now. Generally, the prognosis for dogs, similar to Navi's case, is anywhere between 6 to 9 months. And if it's really well managed, maybe 12 to 15 months. Sorry. This news obviously has been really hard to accept. I've been doing as much research as I can to figure out if there's anything we can do. We ended up finding another cardiologist who's in another county, but she was amazing, and she actually shared with us that there are some options. There are surgeries, but they're very big invasive surgeries and are only done overseas, but that is an option that we're considering. It is an open heart surgery and it's a really big thing, so to be honest, I'm really scared. We're just gonna wait to hear back from those hospitals. The next steps, we will have a Zoom meeting with these hospitals, see if she's a good candidate, and we'll go through her case and everything and see if that's an option. Not the news that I wanted to share, and sorry this is so heavy, but I wanted to give you guys this update because I know you guys are all my babies' internet aunties and uncles, and thank you all so much for loving our babies through all these years. I know we share a lot about them. In the meantime, we are trying to stay hopeful and just optimistic. You just never know what can happen. I have seen a lot of dogs go through with the surgery and end up living really good lives still, so there is that possibility. Unfortunately, it's just a long wait time for the surgery, which I'm not sure if we have the time. Right now, I'm just kind of leaning into what's meant to be will be. Yeah, sorry. I don't want to keep bawling my eyes out. But I also wanted to ask if any of you have gone through this before, and if you did, if there's any helpful tips, that would be greatly appreciated. Hold your babies extra tight. You just never know. Like, one day everything's fine, and then the next everything can change. So just, appreciate every day, cherish every day. I know that's cheesy and we hear that all the time, but really, like, the best days are those days when things are just calm and chill and uneventful. Those are really the best days. So after this vlog, I'll be sharing some of the old vlogs that I filmed in the last few months. So I'm looking forward to sharing those with you guys. Moving forward, things will definitely change a bit on my channel. We will not be going on many camping adventures and things like that because Navi's heart can't handle high elevation, and we just don't want to put her through like long car rides and things like that because it's very unpredictable right now. Moving forward, there will be a pause on the camping content, which I'm really bummed about, but I'm glad that we have a few filmed already, so I'll be sharing those. I'm trying to figure out how we'll navigate the next few months to a year, depending on how things go. So thank you all so much for watching my videos, subscribing to my channel. Let me know what you guys would like to watch. I'm gonna try to figure out the happy medium between what we're able to share moving forward. Now, I just wanted to kind of catch you up with what's been going on this past week since we've been home. I was just trying to like channel my energy towards being a little more positive. So we ended up like cleaning the house, organizing, and just like hanging out with friends, and that seemed to really help. Anyway, thinking of you all, hope you all are doing well, and now let's cut to the vlog.
Aconchego da areia, ele dorme a noite inteira, não há o que duvidar, ali é seu lugar, eu não te impeço de chorar, pode perguntar. Tudo certo da correnteza, aos pinguins na natureza, até a paciência que vem tão devagar. Eu não me canso de pensar que era com você.
Finally getting my hair done today. I have not gotten my hair done since February of this year. I've been really trying to get my hair healthy. I have this much natural grow out. We're just gonna tone this down a bit so it's not so brassy. Get a bit of a trim, so maybe gonna take about 2 inches off. Oh my gosh, I am so happy with it. It feels amazing. I love that it looks pretty much like my natural color, and the cut is amazing. I think most of the bleached pieces have been cut off at this point because I have not bleached my hair in 2 years now, and I think most of it grew out and we cut it off today. So maybe I can dabble into getting a perm very soon because overall it feels really healthy. I would love to hear if any of you have gotten your hair permed with colored hair and how that turned out for you. If you've gotten it done, please let me know because I've heard mixed things. Ever since coming home from Korea, can you tell I just miss the cafe scene out there? But luckily here in LA, quite a few new cafes opened up, so we wanted to check them out. So this one is Modu Cafe in Highland Park. They have a variety of pastries and coffees. I especially loved the perilla leaf tart. That one was crunchy on the outside. It was sweet, but not too sweet, which is an Asian standard, you know? And the inside was filled with this tarty cream that I couldn't even describe to you. It was so good. As for coffee, we tried out their signature drinks. So I got the espresso cloud, which is iced Americano with a house cream top and dark cocoa. I would say this one is pretty strong and acidic. So if you're like me and you can't take too much caffeine, then I would recommend getting the modu latte, which is what Wa got. I loved this one. It was really creamy, so I really enjoyed it. The modu latte is on the sweeter side, but I thought it paired perfectly with the hojicha mochi muffin. I've never made this before, so we'll see how it turns out. I've had portobello fries at a vegan restaurant before, and it was freaking amazing. So we're gonna try to recreate that today. Cut them into 1/2-inch pieces. Get wheat bowls, add angle to one bowl, add all seasoning to the second one. I don't have all-purpose flour, so we have almond flour, so we'll see if that works. Do you also get into a funk sometimes and just find it really hard to find motivation to do things that you would normally do? For me, I notice it's always during winter time. I've talked about this for years, and every year it feels like an uphill battle. I try so hard to be a winter girl and I try so hard to enjoy it, but it doesn't come natural to me. So I find that I have to create these routines or find these new recipes and do new things. I often need to push myself to try something new, whether it's making a new recipe or reading a new book. Even doing something so simple like that, I feel so accomplished, because the last thing I want to do after a day of editing is to make a home cooked meal. Believe it or not, like I just cannot find the motivation in me sometimes, and I would just eat a cup of noodle. But today, Wall said that he was craving something unhealthy, and before we went and got fast food, I was like, you know what? Let me make something at home. You guys, I got so excited to eat that I didn't even show you my burger. But this is what it looked like. I had a turkey burger. I put onions, arugula, mayo, and ketchup, and it was bomb. I wish I had all-purpose flour. I think the batter could have been better, but with the almond flour, it still works. It's like an unhealthy treat, you know? Whenever I'm feeling a little down, I love having fried food. It just makes me feel better. It's like having sugar.
Oh my god, we didn't just walk over there and put the camera down.
I don't know, it just gave me like the, oh, so buff.
So you know how they say the hardest part about going to the gym is getting there? Yeah, well, there's no lie about that. I do find that getting to the gym is truly the hardest part. Just grabbing my gym bag, getting in the car, turning the car on, driving to the gym, finding a parking spot, like all of that. So I got a nice stretch in this morning, which is rare because I know that I need to stretch, but I'm one of those people where I'm just like, you know what, it's not gonna make a difference. But I always benefit from a good stretch. And then after that, I went and got humbled real quick by these climbs. So like I've been telling you guys, I've been losing quite a bit of motivation to go to the gym. So because I have not been climbing as much, these climbs have gotten so hard. I didn't record it, but I got it on my second try. That was a fun one. I haven't been able to do a V4 in a while now. I just feel super weak. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that 4. I swear the funniest moments never get caught on camera. I don't know what you call these starts where you have to like jump for it. I guess it could kind of be called a dyno. I slipped really hard. It doesn't look like much, but my arm is numb right now. I have like a scratch here and right here. I'll probably have a bruise on my knee in a few hours. Let's give it another go. Okay, it took a little bit to warm my muscles up, and most importantly, my mind. I feel like when it comes to bouldering, a lot of it is mental, and once I kind of got over that fear, I had a better day climbing. So when I got home, I decided to make a stir-fried udon. This dish in particular reminds me of my older sister because when I stayed with her a few months ago, she made it for her lunch, and it was so good, and I was just in a mood of missing my sister. Like, does that ever happen to you? I feel like the biggest blessing my parents gave me are my sisters, because I don't know how I would do life without them. When we were growing up, we fought a lot, like most sisters do. We fought over the dumbest stuff. But now that we've all gotten older, we are so close now. We talk every day, literally from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, we are texting. It's really nice, and truly it's a blessing to have sisters.
You can't have this.
I put too much water in the eggs, so I put more water, but then it caused everything to be wet. It looks so good.
It's a little sweet.
Mm-hmm.
The steak.
I thought the sweetness came from the salad. Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
I need some colors. We all have that one shirt that we wear at home that we cannot let go of, and this is that shirt for me. I bought this at Style Nanda in Korea many, many years ago. This fabric, you guys, it's amazing.
Wayne was like. Too much work.
Thanks for having us. Thank you for coming. Is it not too sweet?
Perfect.
All the coloring is from the yam.
So this wall has been empty for a long time. I used to have like a tapestry here, but I took that off, and now I thought maybe it would be nice to put a little shelf. I don't know if it would be cute in here. I have this little basket that I can hang here. I don't know. I guess we'll try it. So I tried to get something that matched this, and I mean, close enough. And it matches the chairs, the little bistro chairs that I have. I just remembered this trick that Wah taught me. So you can use tape to get the correct distance. Okay, the holes have been made so there's no going back. The holes are too small. Perfection! It's perfect! Just... Okay. And it's leveled.